Problem number 4 asks us to solve the following equation by factoring. Our first step would be to move the negative 12 to the left-hand side of the equation. So we're going to add 12 to both sides of the equation. And our new equation is 5x squared minus 32x plus 12 equals 0. Now we have to factor this, break it down into 2 parentheses. However, since there's a coefficient in front of the x, we're going to use the AC method. A times C. So 5 is our A, 12 is our C. We're going to do 5 times 12, and that's going to give us 60. Now we're looking for all the factors of 60 that can add or subtract to 32. So what are our factors of 60? We can do 1 times 60, 2 times 30. 1 times 60 is 60. 60 minus 1 doesn't give us our 32. However, 2 plus 30 gives us our 32. So the factors we're going to use are 2 and 30. Alright, so when we add 12 to both sides, this is our new equation. We're going to use the AC method since there's a 5 in front of the x squared, where 5 and 12 are the A and C. So A times C would give us 5 times 12, which is equal to 60. So we're looking for all the factors of 60 that add or subtract to 32. So first one would be 1 times 60. Does 1 plus or minus 60 equal 32? It does not. So now we're going to do 2 times 30. Does 2 plus or minus 30 equal 32? It does, because 2 plus 30 is 32. Now we're going to rewrite our 5x squared. You always put the bigger number next, 30x. Then we're going to put our smaller number of 2x plus our 12 is equal to 0. And now we want a negative 32, so we're going to minus 30 and minus our 2. Now since we have 4 terms, we can factor by grouping. So 5x squared minus 30x, what do they have in common? They both have a 5 and an x in common, and we're going to be left with x minus 6. Negative 2x plus 12, what do they have in common? A negative 2. So we're left with x. Since we factored out a negative, this positive changes to a negative sign, and we're left with 6. Since both of these are the same, we factor completely and factor correctly. We're going to take the 5x minus 2 times x minus 6, and that is equal to 0. So now, since we have 5x minus 2 and x minus 6, we're going to set both of these terms equal to 0 to solve the equation. So 5x minus 2 equals 0, and x minus 6 equals 0. Now we're going to solve for x. So we're going to add 2 to both sides of the equation. So we're going to be left with 5x is equal to 2. Divide by 5 and divide by 5, so x equals 2 fifths. On our other equation, we're going to add 6 and add 6 to both sides of the equation, so x is equal to 6. So the answer for number 4 would be x equals 2 fifths and x equals 6 to solve the equation.